Hello, welcome back. So, where we left things off last time, the engine was running, and it was getting to the point where it was, I thought it was getting to the point where it was starting much easier, sounding much better, like the pump was starting to work pretty well, but the engine was starting to run away because we don't have any control over anything with the pump. I think I know why that would be, but we're going to have a look inside just to be sure, and I'm going to try to show you every detail along the way. So the first thing we're going to do, I think, is just disconnect this throttle linkage here so we can see what's going on. And let's take off this return fitting, and we're going to take off the pump cover. Let's see what we have here. Whoops, I bumped you. Still recording? Yes. I think as I do my editing, I'm going to zoom in even more on what's happening here. Anyway, we're having a simply gorgeous December day in Colorado. I think that tomorrow is New Year's Eve. I think. Not entirely certain. So fuel is going to come dumping out of here again, and that's a good sign. Remember, that means our umbrella seals are in fair shape. Yep, that's a good sign. And I have my little catch pan over there, and I'm going to drain a little bit more fuel out of here so we can see what's going on. Alright, I think that's enough. That'll show me what I need to see. Whoops! Haha! That screw. There, I was able to get it. Alright, so I think I see the problem right off the bat, and I think I can show you. Alright, first of all, let me get this linkage out of the question. Okay. Get diesel off my hands so I can handle my camera. So what I think is the real issue here, see if I can get you closer, is this washer right there. Let me go grab my flashlight. So there is a washer there. It's even in the wrong place. It's on the end of that spring. Boy, my flashlight is doing weird things to the camera, making weird waves on the screen. Anyway, that washer is not supposed to be there. So what I'm going to try to do is remove it, because the washer that's over here is supposed to be over here. I put that in there incorrectly. So I think we have to take, I'm going to leave that screw, and we're going to take this line off, and we're going to take that fitting off. We're going to take the inlet fitting off and the filter out of there and pull that this long screw out. I'll give you more detail in just a minute. Let me get this so I can work on it. Pull this out of here. We don't want that in there. Oh, no, it's got an O-ring. Okay. I thought it maybe didn't have an O-ring for a second. So, let's see. How can I show you what's happening here? So with that spring, let me show you. Get a pointer tool. So I think what's happening with this spring in here, with this washer in here, this spring is pushing on the governor assembly too much this way. So when we move the throttle, the governor can't actually open or close the throttle. We'll take the screw out. There, I backed that screw almost all the way out. That was full blast the other day. See, when we're moving the throttle, the governor isn't able to push against this spring hard enough to start closing the, what is it called? The regulating valve? It's not the regulating valve, metering valve. So I think that's what's happening here. Just because of that washer does enough to kind of throw things off balance. As far as the springs and whatnot go. So the risk here, well, that's not a regular wrench. The risk here is that we drop that washer into a pump. And I would like to not do that if that's possible. So I'm going to have a magnet right here. I think if I took my pliers and pulled back on that spring, and if I had my magnet right there, I can probably retrieve that washer. Of course, if I'm wrong, I'm going to have to take this pump all the way apart again. Did I get it? No. Where is it? Oh, it's still there. Let me get it. Fighting the spring. There we go. I got the washer out. Okay. Of course that thing was in the way. This is the washer. This should go on this side of the spring. Alright, let me see if I can do this. What am I fighting here? Okay, we're okay so far. We got the spring where it needs to be. The spacer, I want that spacer to stay with the spring. Because the washer should go behind that little spacer, I think. Okay, so far so good. Putting this rod back in, and I got to get the washer onto the end of that. I'm not sure which way it's supposed to face. Man, this is tight quarters in here. But I'm on it. The washer in there. I just gotta get the spacer. Come on. There we go. Get on there. Alright. On it. Now, what do I gotta do to get that spring back where it's supposed to be? I think I got to take the throttle shaft out. I was trying to do this without doing that, but I don't think there's any getting around it. Get that little clip out of there out. There, got the clip out. Trying real hard not to drop this crap down in the hole. if I do, that's a lot of work. Now, how can I... Okay, that moved. Get this shaft out. I thought this thing just came out. This is probably not the, approved way of doing things. Normally this would be done on a bench. There we go. Got that out. How can I get this throttle arm off? That's out. Okay. Now, so that, which way is that spacer supposed to go? Well, it is kind of a mystery about that washer. It certainly did not go here, and I didn't find a place for it over on the other end either. So I left it out. Maybe it's a washer I was supposed to put somewhere else. I don't really know. But my throttle linkage works. The governor has a much easier time in closing the metering valve. So we're just going to put this back together and see how it goes. This is all about science. Let's see if I can get this fuel line connected. There we are. This guy tightened up. Already was pretty tight. There's an O-ring in there that I'm trying to seal up. Tighten up these guys. Oh, they're already tight. Okay. I'm going to put this cover back on. Hopefully, we'll have control of this pump, control of this engine. Put that back on too while I'm here. Because I would like to have control of it. It doesn't have to run great, but I am going to be loading it onto a trailer and getting it into my shop. So it's got to run safe. We'll say safe. Tighten down. Here's my little cotter pin for the throttle arm. Oh, dang it. Put this thing on too soon. Now I'm still going to have my little piece of wood over on the other side just in case. Because we know that just in case happens. here so you can get a better view of things. Stack right there, exhaust stack. Alright, so we got our throttle arm linked up, we got our fuel in there, we got our emergency screw. I'm going to connect up our, whew, that thing's still hot. Well, that part's working. Alright, let me go get my little trigger thingy. So we have control. Let me put my little screw back in. That was awesome. That was it. It was that washer. I believe that's going to do it for this segment. We still have a few leaks to take care of, and I still got to put in that switch before it's safe to move, but we've got control over it. We can turn it on, turn it off. I'm real happy. Hey, thanks for watching. What's next is we get this thing into the shop where it's nice and warm and dry. Not that it's not lovely here now, but it's not going to stay lovely here forever. Winter is swiftly upon us. So I'm going to get to the shop where it's nice and warm and dry, and we have to replace those the liner seals at the bottom of the cylinder liners. And we're also going to address this crack right here. This guy goes from about here to about here. So I haven't decided if I'm going to you know, what method I'm going to use, like metal stitching, like lock and stitch stitching pins, or possibly brazing. I could braze that shut. I don't think I want to weld it. I think welding would put a little bit too much heat. Plus, I have not had a whole lot of luck with those nickel sticks. I just can't make those work very well. I'm missing a touch there. Anyway, yeah, so I think that's it for now. Thanks for watching.